Okay. Haha, you sit down. Oh, damn, I'm all in my nose.
Okay, I'm gonna hang the phone up so they won't hear that part. I'll talk to you in a second.
Okay.
Okay. What is Scooby Dooby? What is Scooby Dooby? Welcome back to After the Snap, and I'm your host, Tasha Pierce. And it was a real good time the other day when I had a guest host with me in Mr. Clarence Brown from Discussing Trek, Discussing Who, the Discussing Network. Y'all know him. But yeah, I had a great time with him the other day. So I decided to invite another friend to join me today to help me talk about our topics. And you might know her from the chat, as always, masquerading as her husband. But she's my friend, very good friend, my whole lifelong friend. And I ain't got too many of those. So welcome to the stream, everybody, today. Hey.
Hi.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. Friend from way back when.
Right. We got Lysandra in the chat. So what it do, Miss Lysandra? What it do?
Hi, Miss Lysandra. I hear a lot about you.
You had an opportunity to chop it up with her the other night.
That's right. I keep forgetting that's Bun. Hey, Bun.
Yeah. And also we got a new audience potentially. I don't know who's out there, who might be out there from Twitch. So we have added Twitch to our platforms. I kind of took that Twitter off because I really wasn't getting a lot of people joining me from Twitter any damn way. So I was like, okay, bye Twitter. You are the weakest link. We brought in Twitch. So we are going to see how Twitch treats us. So Davina.
Yes.
What kind of day you been having, girl? We've been off and on today talking, but we got a small talk before we get into business.
I have done absolutely nothing today.
That sounds like my kind of day. I've had that kind of day. Yeah.
Once I realized that I was gonna be on, I made sure that I did something with my hair and put them up, and I'm probably gonna go drive Lyft after I get off the phone because now I'm woke and I'm ready to go, I think.
Okay, well, she gonna go out there and get in the car and get it Scooby-Doo moving.
And how was your day today?
You know what? I had a day very similar to the kind that you had. I did not do much of anything today. And when I wasn't doing anything with you, where we were together on the phone talking about all the stuff we had to do and we didn't do it, as soon as I got off the phone with you, I took a nap.
Yeah, I ain't take a nap because I probably wouldn't have made it if I took a nap.
All that doing nothing made me tired.
That's terrible.
Right, girl. Yeah, I know. It's a shame. I've gotten so used to being uh nothing. This is what I do. So so we gonna start it off. We got Lysandra out here, and that's always a good thing. It's always a good day when we got her out here. So let's
Yes.
just
I
get
missed
ready.
y'all on Sunday.
We
Got to get
missed
used
you.
to the week to the Sunday show, so I have to get used to that one. I forgot about it. Sitting right here, not doing nothing, and I forgot
Oh
about
wow. Yeah, I missed you as well.
it. After 2 hours. I'm like, wait, I missed
Say
it.
I
It's like,
forgot
oh,
something. But yeah, so if you would have joined us on it for that Sunday one, you would have seen Mr. Clarence with us discussing the third episode of Star Trek Prodigy. So if you are into streaming series and that sort of thing, that Sunday show is probably going to be for you. But today we about to break some news down to you. Got my
all
home
right.
girl with me. We gonna break down this news. I don't know what I did with the another full disclosure moment is that I waited until the absolute last minute to load things today. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, who I thought was about to load this stuff for me, but I think we're ready. I think we're ready. Now I was going to start off with more information about the Astro World tragedy, but a little part of me says I want to keep that separate. I don't want it to go from us talking about that super heavy subject and then us laughing and joking and all of this stuff. But
Right.
there is one part of that I do want to share, and that
Mm-hmm.
is the GoFundMe for young Ezra Blount. Now, if you are unaware, and I'm going to share the screen here, D, you'll probably see it here too.
Okay.
If you don't know who Ezra Blount is, he is probably among the youngest of the victims who were basically trampled when he was basically oh, I'm picking up the wrong article. Sorry, silly me. He was basically trampled in the Astro World chaos that was going on. As far as I can tell, the young man's father said that he was holding him on his shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the show to start, and he passed out. So when the crowd started to push and surge forward, the father passed out, leaving young Ezra to fall down with him when his dad went down. So now when his dad came to, Ezra was nowhere to be found. So we were mistakenly told from the beginning, because the story is fluid, things are changing. We were
Mm-hmm.
mistakenly told that he was 10 years old, but he's really 9 years old.
Yeah, 9.
So 9-year-old Ezra Blunt. And think I thought there was a picture of him in here.
Yeah, it was when you sent that link to me.
Yeah, I don't know. They changed the let me see. Because this is the picture I'm getting right now. Shucks.
Mm-hmm.
Astro World canceled right over there. Yep. But I'm gonna read some of this article, and then we could chat about Ezra. And I'm bringing this up because I would truly like, if you are in a financial position, to help this family with the litany of medical bills that they are sure to have. I'm recommending, or I'm asking my followers to donate to the GoFundMe if you are financially able. Um, the father of a 9-year-old child who remains in critical conditions after being trampled at the Astroworld Festival is suing Travis Scott and the festival's organizers, including Live Nation Entertainment and Scott's Cactus Jack Productions. This lawsuit was filed on Tuesday in Harris County, right here in Houston, and obtained by the Rap. It accuses. I guess I should have told you that that's where this article is coming from. It's coming from the Rap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, The suit was filed by Tristan Blount, that is the father of Ezra Blount, and Houston authorities are saying now that he remains in critical condition after sustaining injuries at the festival as a result of the crowd surge. And we all know how it happened. 8 people, including 2 teenagers, were killed at the festival. 25 more were hospitalized. That is including little Ezra Blount. And he, I guess he's basically fighting for his little life. He is in a coma, and it's an induced coma due to the swelling and whatnot to his head and other internal injuries. So if you've got it, donate to the GoFundMe. I'm going to put. Okay, here we go. We got Mr. Brown with his first comment for the day, but
Yeah.
we are.
Mr. Clarence.
I'm sorry. You want to repeat your salutations because I was talking over you.
Oh no, I was just saying, hey, Mr. Clarence.
Okay. So if you got it, give. If not, pray to whatever deity that you acknowledge. I want you to lift his little name up, intercede on his behalf. Clarence said, "Huh? Was you about to say something, D?"
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just getting ready to say, the goal of the GoFundMe is 50,000, and currently they're at $46,503.
Okay, so they've made some progress.
Yes.
Even when we were talking earlier, when I put it up last night, it was at 37,000.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked this morning, you told me what, 41?
Uh-huh.
So they've made quite a bit of progress throughout the day. If you got it, you got it. If not, we all have at our disposal to send our well wishes, our prayers, and all of that. But Mr. Brown said, I can't believe he'd take his 9-year-old. So sad. This entire situation is so terrible. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this entire ordeal. And yeah, once we start talking about, of course, this is just one of many lawsuits that have been filed. So we're looking at least financial liability is probably going to land at the feet of Live Nation and Travis Scott. There's more to this. And like I said, little part of me wants to go into it. Should we just go into it, D? What you think? Talking about like what those security guards and whatnot was saying.
Yeah, you can talk about what the security guards were talking about. I know I was watching the news earlier today, and then I saw that there are like so far 17 lawsuits that have been brought up against them. So it's going to do nothing but climb higher from there.
Yep. We're talking about those security guards too, because a couple, and I can't, the reason why it's hard to report on what they said is because we have no way of substantiating that they were truly security guards and that they truly worked this Astro World festival. But if we take what they were saying at face value, it was a clusterfuck from the beginning. Excuse my French. But y'all know I know it. Ooh la la and wee and all that good stuff. But yeah, there was a young lady who I watched her TikTok series that she was doing about this thing, and she basically said that she was from Dallas. They saw an article that was asking for help at the Astro World Festival. She was the person who was sent this job notification. She responded, but when she came to Houston, she brought like 4 other people with her. Now, when she gets to the site of where the concert, where they were doing the onboarding for this group of security officers, the people who put this thing together have no idea who these other 4 people are. But they brought them on to work as security. And the young lady said she had no security experience, that they were basically, a lot of those people, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, unprepared.
Yeah. And then a lot of those people who came down and answered the call for this job, really were there because they wanted to see the Travis Scott concert. So as soon as the concert pretty much started and they're in their positions, they took their vests and anything that was marking them as security off and started to enjoy the concert. So we are learning more and more every day. Of course, I saw it out the corner of my eye. I wasn't trying to read it. Lysandra, you a whole fool.
Top flight of the world.
Top flight security of the world.
I'm mad I didn't come up with that earlier. God dog it.
You a whole idiot, Lysandra, in the chat down there making jokey jokes. But it's true. This is basically what you can expect from this top flight security of the world, Craig. Not the city.
The world.
The world, Craig. So yeah, it's a shame that the people who did the hiring. So of course we know this wasn't Travis Scott. He didn't do job interviews for security, but he hired somebody to do that on his behalf, and they sucked. The person who did it, they sucked at their job. I can't put it no other way. It's got to be horrible.
Lysandra said we could have did the job. No, ma'am.
No. I would have I'd have been telling them, I'm taking off my belt. I'm gonna take my belt off. Y'all better act like y'all got some sense. No. Clarence said,
so they do this at comic conventions too, Mr. Clarence said.
I see. So this is sort of like most companies do at comic conventions. Thanks for letting me know that. I won't be going to no comedy shows because you just basically picking people, any old ragamuffin off the street to do a job that most people at least have to have some training for, right? What it do, Reinhardt?
Hi, Mr. Reinhardt.
You got anything you want to add to that, D, or you ready to move?
No, I was looking at the article, and she's basically said there was probably one security guard for every 100 to 1,000 people. That's crazy.
Because it was the crowd. And another part, I'm glad you said that, D.
Yeah.
Another thing is, okay, you're expecting 50,000 people because that's how many tickets you sold. But they said that a lot of those people who rushed the stage didn't pay. They were rushing because they wanted to get in for free. So that's another thing to think about. You got 50,000 people that are on the books. There may have been another X amount of thousands of people there, and you're saying one security to every 100 to 1,000 people.
500 to
1,000. I'm sorry. So 500 to 1,000 people. So we looking at it could have possibly been 50 security. That's not good because they were saying so much that we had 1,500. Well, that math don't add up. It doesn't sound like 1,500 was there the entire time. It sounds like 1,500 may have showed up after shit went down, and that's the part that I don't get. If you got a group of 50,000 people, 50 to 100 security guards ain't gonna cut it. Unless, of course, they were all elderly. We're elderly people. I can't see them turning up like that. But young folks,
we don't do that anymore. I didn't do that when I was young, and I don't do that now. They basically
you ain't
say,
elderly, girl. You still young and vibrant.
I still would be at the concert like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they stood up that whole time. I need a seat.
No, yeah. If I'm giving you a couple $100, I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah. And then they said that over 50,000 people, like we were talking about, were in attendance at the time that the closing Scott closing set. So
yep, it
it's
sucks.
so sad.
It sucks that many people. You want to pick up some comments? You want to read the comments? You want me to pick these up? That's down here.
I can pick them up. So okay. Reinhardt said the thing for me was I don't know this young man. I don't know any of his music. Me
neither.
The only way I knew who he was because he came down on the little harness thing at the Super Bowl. Because I had to call my kids and say, "Who is this man on this string?" And then they proceeded to say, "Mama, that's Travis Scott." And I was like, "Oh." And I couldn't tell you a song, Reinhardt. So we all in the same boat.
Yeah, I don't know none of his music either.
And
Only
I
thing
haven't even looked up anything
yeah, me neither. I said I was going to. I lied. But only thing I knew about this young man is that he was going with
with the
the
Jenner.
Jenner girl. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he also said, but when you know there is an ambulance in the crowd, something has to happen. You stop the show until you find out what has happened. And that is very, very true.
That was one of my things is like, he saw the ambulance and he was like, what the F is that? And I don't know if he thought it was the police trying to shut his show down or what, but he got even more amped. I did see that part of his video. My thing is this: somebody that he pays to be part of the organizing committee of this should have came up to that stage, told him, we need to stop. You mean to tell me you don't have nobody? Because I can imagine, like right here, sitting right here, I got a ring light in my face, and y'all know I can't see anyway. So I can't see behind that light. Anything could be happening right now. Freddy Krueger could be standing behind this light, and I ain't gonna see him. So I imagine Travis Scott with the lights and the flames and all this stuff that he had going on, he might not have really been able to see what was going on in the crowd. But you would think that somebody on the ground would have told him. Look, am I expecting too much from people who get paid to render a service?
No. But that goes to show people that are not in everyday working, people that are at that level or supposed to be at that level, they're not doing their job, either they're lollygagging.
Yeah.
You can, I hope from now on, like nobody takes, this situation not serious. You need to make sure that you have people in place, security, police, more police officers to be able to handle something like this.
Yeah,
because now people are not going to be able to enjoy themselves, for one, because they don't feel safe, and they're always going to remember this. And something that I think this young man put on in the love for his city, and then it come out like this. So they're not going to let him do anything else.
Right. Another thing is, like you were saying, things are going to potentially change. We are already noticing little small changes, and I can't say that she would not have done this had this tragedy not happened. But the Tiana Taylor concert that she had the other day, where somebody passed out, and she immediately stopped, brought that person up on stage, got them help, because she was basically like, y'all ain't gonna sue me. And I mean, she said that. Those words came out of her mouth, but she's right.
And Cat Williams did the same thing.
I heard about Cat, but I heard that Cat was good at doing that anyway. Now I don't know. I can't tell you the last Cat Williams show that I've been to, but come in. I'm on TV. Yes, I am. Come on. Come on, Pocadella. She come to visit. Oh,
yo, kitty.
Yeah. Let me see. Hi, kitty cats. I got new cats, y'all. I'm gonna be that lady. I don't know if you guys can see the kitty.
Oh, you got two.
Yes.
They're so cute.
Oh, thank you for letting me. Hi, kitty. Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna do anything to you, but pet you and hug you and love you. Yeah. So what are they? Stripes and who?
Well, she just told me that her sister was calling them Charles and Chan. I'm like,
oh no, we're black. We're black around here. Oh,
give them some MCU names.
Girl, no, I'm gonna give them this. That one of them gonna be Method Man. The other one gonna be Raekwon. Remember the show Red and Meth? Yeah, that's what they're gonna be.
Oh
Okay,
my
I'm just
God.
playing. Red and meth, wasn't it? Red and meth. Okay, let's pick up some comments, G.
Yes. So I think Lysandra here, she said if Michael Jackson stopped his concert for a bug, he could stop his.
I don't
Really,
remember Michael.
Lysandra?
I don't remember him stopping his concert for a bug, but I'm
Me
gonna take you at your
either.
word.
Said his, and then she said that I guess she's saying that Travis Scott, his music goes through one ear and out of the other.
I can imagine that.
Well, at
I'm
least you
pretty
know who
sure.
he is.
Right. I'm like thinking. I'm pretty sure that if I would have brought Chloe in here and asked her what she thinks of Travis Scott's music, she'll have a different thing. It ain't for us. If once you get to a certain age, they're not making that kind of music for us, those younger artists. They're making music for people in their age range. He's what,
That's not
29?
true.
Who
That's not
like
true,
what?
because I know some 40-year-olds, they like Travis Scott and all them other things. I can
Now,
understand.
now take what I literally said. He's not making it for 40-year-olds.
Okay,
I said,
gotcha.
yeah, he's making that music. Now, if you're 40 years old and you love Travis Scott, I'm not knocking you for your taste in music. I'm just gonna say it's a big old catalog way before Travis Scott was even born that you might need to look into. What did Reinhardt say here? I'll read this with D. Oh, I was at a show for the rock band Korn. I found out about them through Ice Cube. It was not
Okay.
even close to that many people. We might have had 10,000, and we were matched up against the barricade. Mashed up against the barricade. Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, that
Yeah,
kind of music, that's a whole different
yeah,
genre. They
they
like
go hard.
all the way
They go
hard.
hard in the paint for real.
Yes, girl. Drop steps and dunks everywhere. uh, what is this, Lysandra? In one video I saw, it was sad. They had headsets on to talk to each other. So there's no excuse for them to have not gotten word to what's that?
It was the Prodigy.
Oh, okay. Um yeah, it's no excuse for the lack of communication because they had the technology to get into okay, to get into contact with each other. I'm sorry, y'all. I just got distracted by the kitty cats. Okay. You want to go with the next one, D? Are you
Yes. So Reinhardt said that when he went to this concert, that he said he literally thought that he was going to die. He said, I'm not even kidding. He said he got out of the crowd as fast as he could. Yeah, probably because it's hot. You know, when you
girl?
get a whole bunch of people around there like that, it's hot
Yeah.
and then it's loud and it's a lot of people and they're already pushing.
All that pushing and shoving is what I can't do.
And then at
Uh,
concerts like that, you know, people are more susceptible to jump out in the crowd and then they just carry them through the
yeah, doing
crowd.
the crowd surfing thing. I don't have that much trust.
No.
That is a ultimate trust building exercise. That you about to jump off of something into a crowd and hope that the crowd is gonna catch you.
Yeah.
No, I can't play. I cannot. Reinhardt, Buzz said congratulations. I think she was talking about because of the kitty cats.
Yes.
And then Reinhardt said, Tasha, another reason for me to like you. I love my cats and dogs. I ain't had a pet in years. The children think this would be good for my emotional health, and I'm going to give it a try. Be the cat mom. So yeah,
How long you gonna give it a try, Tasha?
you know, I'm gonna give it a college try. College try is at least 4 years. I'm gonna at least invest 4
Oh,
years in a cat
okay.
mom.
Oh, okay. You gonna go ahead to get the bachelor's degree in
Yeah,
cat
and
mom.
being a cat mama. Yep. Yep.
I want a dog so bad, but it's another kid. I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to get a dog. Cats are so independent. They're gonna move around and yep, but they don't want to be bothered with you. You don't particularly when you don't want to be bothered with them, they okay with that. Dogs will make you feel guilty. They'll make you feel guilty for having a bad day with those eyes
And
their
they need to be
personalities.
walked.
Yeah, that too. But you going to walk anyway, ain't you? Most of the time, I hope. She said, when I said he did, I was talking about MJ.
Yeah, stopping
Stop the
the show
show.
for a bug.
I didn't know he did that though.
Me either.
That's a different that's a different piece of trivia. Should have held on to that one. Speaking of trivia, you know what? Speaking of trivia, since we got some people here, let's just go ahead and get our first Black media trivia question.
Oh boy.
It's struggling.
Huh?
That was a struggle. It struggled to get the little theme music out.
No, I said shalom, Clarence.
I forgot to mention that to Clarence. Clarence, D was hoping that you wouldn't even show up today. I don't know if he's still in the chat. D was like, I hope he don't show up because you are her only competition.
I was just kidding, Clarence.
It was jokes. He is right. Okay, easy question. We ain't got to even attach no loot to this. I'm just gonna get y'all warmed up.
Warm it up, Chris. I'm about
to. It's an easy question. That's a hard one. Easy question. There it is. Bam. Who directed School Days, He Got Game, Crooklyn, and Bamboozled?
How am I supposed to
answer in the chat?
Oh man, I don't know how I'm supposed to answer in the chat.
You can't get to your keyboard?
No, it's not. I don't know. No.
What's the answer, D?
It's Spike Lee.
Good job, good worker. Yes. It is Spike Lee. Now, with D getting that point, she's at 5 points. Clarence, you're at 3 points. And nobody else is on the board.
Look, he giving $5. Go ahead, Reinhardt.
Thank you, Reinhardt. But y'all answered it after D. I do appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. I wish
maybe I should just like not be in this, but I didn't know. I knew that. I was like, wait, because I was ready to Google, but then I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
I told y'all, easy question.
I don't know, Tasha. We can't trust you. Oh, you be all right. Can't trust you.
Wait a minute. Clarence said Reinhardt had it first.
When? Clarence, I'm gonna need you. I couldn't type in there, Clarence. So that's why she told me asked me what was it. And then Reinhardt said, no, this has got a lag.
It does have a lag. So guess what?
Look, and then Bun talking about she is hosting. It's not for her.
It's not like she can see the answers. I don't have the answers.
Right.
Reinhardt had it first, so I'm gonna award the point to Reinhardt.
That's not right.
D, I don't know how you gonna get in this because it is a lag. It is a lag.
Oh man, why can't I put anything in this chat here? Let me see. That's terrible.
I'm sorry. Right. If I can write in the chat though, how come you can't?
And maybe operator error, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say how that. Yep, and I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's go to our next main topic while Dee's trying to figure out what's going on with this chat section for her. Our next main topic today, again, I'm gonna do a whole separate show for Astro World tragedy stuff because we could go on about this forever and ever and ever. Now we've got Vin Diesel, however, he can't go on without The Rock. You like that segue? I think that was pretty good.
I like me some
Rock. He cannot go on without The Rock. So much so that he has publicly decided to plead his case for Dwayne Johnson to return to the Fast and Furious franchise. Got D is a. Are you a fan of that whole franchise?
I am. I love the fast cars and nice looking men, and I love The Rock. I've been looking at The Rock since he started wrestling. So
I was kind of forced into that too. Quinn was of that age when The Rock, but The Rock and Steve Austin, they really made it entertaining. It was really their rivalry was really. I had no shame in rushing home to watch wrestling with these boys. So
what The Rock is cooking, and then do the eyebrow.
Which I can't do either. I can make a face that look like I want to do the eyebrow, but
so Reinhardt is laughing at me because of earlier because I we were talking about the lag and stuff, and then Clarence is talking about the lag. He's laughing too, and then I think Lysandra she's talking about she's a fan of The Rock too.
Okay.
And then Mr. Reinhardt said, "Don't do it, Dwayne. I would rather him make more Black Adam movies than worrying about Fast and Furious. Come on now." Well, either way it go, I'm gonna go see them no matter what. Because I actually like me some Vin Diesel too. He just acting a little strange right now.
I mean, and they are two strong personalities. Nobody said that they had to get along. I would rather them not get along apart than not get along together because that it's not good for the fans to hear that you got two big stars like that having this type of friction. But Vin Diesel wants to throw it out the window. He wants to make peace. This coming to us from the Hollywood Reporter. Now,
remember when we were talking earlier? If I'm quite sure he has his phone number. I would have preferred that he pick up the phone and call The Rock and ask him. Don't try to put him out on Front Street like we were talking earlier and make him feel like he's
could reverse your diabetes without meds or a special diet in just 4 weeks.
When I wanted
this simple ritual.
Look, girl, when I wanted that thing to when I wanted it to work, it wouldn't. Now it's playing videos all of a sudden.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I can't see you. There you go. There we go.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I would have preferred for him to call him and ask him to stop trying to put him on Front Street. So, he probably feel guilty that, and then the fans weigh in on it. He could have just called him and got an answer.
Isn't that right? I'm saying basically he is trying to, I'm making you big again. Basically, he is trying to guilt Dwayne Johnson into returning to the Fast and Furious franchise. It's like I reached out, I asked him, and he's the one who didn't. So he's trying to make him the bad guy if he doesn't come back. We're gonna see how that works. We got another Reinhardt comment. I've had that happen before where I have two friends, both are good people, but for whatever reason they don't get along. Yeah, they don't get along. Can't make them. I'm fortunate, that for the most part, the people that I like, they seem to gel well together. However, there's always going to be that case where I'm gonna be friends with somebody who ain't friends with my friends, and I can't force that, and that's kind of what Vin Diesel is trying to have happen. He knows that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson put seats in booties, or put booties on seats.
Yes.
He just puts the booties on the seats
automatically with his name.
I'd want him to be part of my franchise too. Anytime you want to come and co-host Dwayne Johnson, you can sit right next to me, and I promise I won't touch you.
I'll be in Houston.
You put booties in seats, sir.
I will be in Houston.
I wouldn't tell you because I respect The Rock and our privacy. See, I'm not like Vin Diesel. I'm not gonna put him out on Front Street. But so they had that epic falling out in 2016, when they clashed for the last time on the set of The Fate of the Furious. The two action superstars made their first on-screen appearance together in 2011's Fast Five. They've been trading barbs in the media ever since Johnson's 2016 Instagram post, in which he questioned Vin Diesel's professionalism. Do you remember that when he put that out there?
Yes.
It was kind of like he was nasty nice. It was nasty nice, but he was like, this.
He said, I'm not going for it.
Yeah. But
I
now,
can't go for that. No,
no
can do.
can do. It seems like Vin Diesel is ready to let bygones be bygones. My little brother Dwayne, the time has come. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There is not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes. But the time has come. Legacy awaits. This man, he is so fucking full of himself. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Paul Walker. I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale that is 10. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle. You have a very important role to play. Hobbs can't be played by no other. I hope that you rise to this occasion and fulfill your destiny. Would that sound like some
dramatic reading? Now he is right. Nobody can play his character but him, but he was so wrong to put Paul in there.
Yeah, again, it's another one of those things. It's another one of those. I'm gonna manipulate you into doing what I want you to do, and a part of me is like what Reinhardt said. Don't fall for it, G. Vin Diesel is pulling out all the stops because he wants this to be the most profitable movie ever, and okay, Fast franchise does well.
Yes.
Whether you got Dwayne Johnson or not. But how much more money are you leaving on the table by not having Dwayne Johnson, especially after this very public falling out? They might very well say to themselves, I'm not going to see this Fast movie because Dwayne Johnson ain't in it.
Yeah.
So I get it. You're not trying to leave any money on the table, but it is a very manipulative way of going about it, Mr. Diesel, whatever your name is, Diesel. Yeah. Look, I'm picking up this comment before I come back to Mr. Reinhardt.
Okay.
Lysandra said he was wrong to add the kids. Yeah, once you put the kids involved, now you're making it seem like you are neglecting these children by not doing what I'm asking you to do. I think it's a manipulative tactic. It's like a kind of gaslighting. Also, like, we don't have no problems. You still Uncle Dwayne in my house. And I don't know about your house, but in my house, you're still Uncle Dwayne. I didn't like it. Reinhardt said, I want to co-host. Reinhardt, I have invited you. All you have to do is say, this is the week that I can co-host, and I will gladly add you to the roster of rotating co-hosts. I kind of like that. It ain't even got to be rotated. I like D because she knows how I think. she can fill in my blanks pretty well. But yeah, Reinhardt, whatever. And that's for real. We got anything else on Vin Diesel and The Rock? You want any more comments?
I mean, I'm putting out a plea out there. Come on, Rock.
Come on.
You put some money. That can go to the kids' trust fund or college fund. But I know you don't need it.
I was just gonna say, like, this is now he making money for his grandkids. His kids are set. he's working on setting the grandkids up, and I think they might even be set.
Yeah.
We looking at great grandkids. So yeah.
He has a shoe brand. I think he has a drinker. Oh, he has a tequila. He has tequila.
I like tequila.
Yeah. Yes. I can never find it when I go to the store because I want to try it. But he's doing a lot of different things. Oh God.
Remember?
I'm gonna have to Google it.
Google it and let me know. Because I haven't a girl now Google over here. Oh gosh, shut up. But anyhow, um, yeah, I haven't met too many daiquiris that I don't like, so I'll take a tequila. Reinhardt over here, while you're looking that up, he says, "I'll admit, if he did come back, I would probably see the next Fast and Furious. I haven't seen a Fast and Furious. 6 was the last one he was in.
What?
Since the last one he was in. I'm sorry, I forgot that that voice text thing. Um,
It's called Terramana,
oh,
Teremana.
okay. I bet you it's really expensive. I want to try it.
It
I,
is. It's like $30.
yeah, that's not bad. Fifth. What's the size?
Let's see.
So I can't have too much alcohol around.
Uh, 750 milliliters. That's $30. So I'm guessing that one. I guess that is a fifth. I don't know. I just partake.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
occasionally
think that is a
I
fifth.
drink. I used to be more of a drinker when I was younger. Lysandra also added that the new Fast and Furious was good, but the car in space was too much. The car in space is where the shark got completely jumped for me, and that's where I'm like, you will never get me back in.
So I didn't see the last one, but I went to Walmart and I bought it. So I'm going to watch it. So is this the one that he's in the 9 is where he's they're in space?
Girl,
So,
yeah, that's the one. They have a scene or something. And I of course I haven't seen it, but so many people complained about this scene that I have heard about it.
Okay. So I'm
But
gonna
if you
have to
watch
watch
it, and let me know what you thought of it, because and we're gonna move to the next.
All right.
Byron Allen, and now this is another conversation that we had. People don't seem to remember Byron Allen. We gotta shake the fog out of our brains to remember him. Now, a lot of people remember him by sight, huh?
I said I'm not good with names too much,
Yeah.
but I know ones. I said, I know him.
But there's some folks, even when you show them the pictures, like, I don't remember. And I'm like, he used to be a comedian. He had, and then Dee's husband was like, he had a talk show. Well, Byron Allen is a mogul. One of the best kept secrets in Black Hollywood.
Apparently so.
Because, yeah, he's worth, God, at least $500 million. And quietly, he owns I think it's called Entertainment Productions.
Mm-hmm.
He owns that media company. Well, Byron Allen has made the news here in the last couple of days because he has got the cojones to ask the brand McDonald's, to fire their CEO. And it's because of a text backlash. Some text, I hate saying that word because you can't ever hear that S on the end. The texts that this CEO of McDonald's shared was concerning a tragedy that had occurred in Chicago. And the CEO is named Chris Kempczynski. Why is my mouth doing that? Chris Kempczynski. There it is. After a controversial text message from the executive surfaced related to the shooting deaths of 2 Black children. So Chris, the CEO of McDonald, his message to Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot last spring said parents of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams and 13-year-old Adam Toledo failed those kids prior to their deaths. Adams was shot in a gang-related killing while sitting in a car with her father at a McDonald's drive-thru in Chicago, where the company is based. Toledo was shot and killed by a Chicago police officer. And the salvo comes after Allen sued McDonald's in May, accusing the fast food giant of racial stereotyping and refusing to contract with AMG's Entertainment Studios and Weather Group in violation of federal and state law. Now, Byron Allen had filed this same type of lawsuit against, I want to make sure I'm getting it right, I think it was GM. And they settled. GM settled, which tells me that they knew that they were being discriminatory. You don't even want to fight this. So Allen has taken to going after these companies because they are basically blacklisting black-owned media groups like his entertainment studios. So Allen, his letter accused the company of continuing to perpetuate and support racism. The board must make sweeping changes immediately and remove Chris Kempczynski from his role as president and CEO now, or resign yourselves because you are on the wrong side of history, he said. So he's been very active here lately in demanding big companies, including GM, give black-owned media a fair share of advertising dollars. And yes, I know that you become far more interested in what's going on, and I'm hearing far more about him when we start talking about dollars and cents here. But at the end of it all, he is right. He's got the money now. You're face to face with somebody who has the money to pursue these type of charges and accusations, and also he got time because it seems like he got a lot of time right now to focus on what McDonald's, GM, and then other people need to keep their eyes open. You want to be ahead of the curve. If you know that you are working for a business or a company um, that is not working well with black media groups, it's time to flex your muscles because you're going to get a Byron Allen on your side on this. You kind of want to be ahead of this. You don't want to be behind it. You want to pick up some of the comments, or you want to comment on Byron Allen, or what you got, Miss D?
Oh, I can do both if you don't mind, because I don't Reinhardt. He's got a couple of comments here. So he was going back towards Fast and Furious, where he was like telling Bun that scene in the last Fast 9 was too much. You mean when they jumped a car from one high rise to another high rise? That wasn't too much, LOL. Now I
Yes.
think I remember that one. Is that the one you're talking about? Because I'm like, because if they went from one, they were in Dubai and they went from one high rise to another one. Now that was cool because
But
it
I
was
mean,
still a guy's car.
it's outside of the realm of possibility, but I can understand why that wouldn't be as crazy as this car going to space.
Look
You know what I'm
here,
saying?
if Jason can go to space,
But this is what I'm saying. And those were the worst,
who is he killing on
the
space?
absolute worst of the
I didn't even
franchise.
watch that one.
Exactly.
And so
I couldn't F with when they had the little mashup, Jason and Freddie and all.
that was hilarious.
What I'm trying to see is classic. But of course, I'm a purist about some of these things, and they took it too far. They took it too far with them all meeting up and having a battle royal of who's the bigger killer.
So Reinhardt also says, "Oh yeah, he's so out of touch with reality. If you hear how these kids died, how did the parents fail them?"
You know,
So yeah, is Toledo the 13-year-old that got shot like in an alley?
yeah,
Yeah, he was really, really wrong for that. Because that guy, and if I remember right, he was unarmed at the time that he was shot. But then later on, they found like a gun tucked nicely behind a fence.
right. They found it. Right.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, air
Yeah,
quotes.
air quotes. Don't forget them.
Yeah. So
Girl.
yeah. And then so yeah, that was totally, ignorant to the fact. He should have why would you even do that?
Right.
If you never text anything that you don't want nobody else to see, that could cause you
Right.
to, be sued.
Like
You don't want to do that.
you want to do it, period. Because
Right.
like right now, I got Alexa, and I don't want to say it. She heard me, but I got her in here. And when I'm talking and just having a regular conversation, you do realize that Alexa is recording us, right?
And just so you know, you can go in the app and cut that part off.
Right. But before you knew that was a
Yeah.
thing, we just sitting here getting recorded. So
Mhm.
all the little freak nasty stuff that you get into in your bedroom and you got Alexa sitting next to you on your nightstand, Alexa
Let me
knows
put Alexa in put her in the drawer.
where the bodies are buried.
I'm going to put Alexis in the drawer now.
Oh gosh. She gonna tell.
Yeah, and that came to light because they had an Alexa, some type of device in a home, and they were trying to get Amazon to give them the records of that conversation from that particular device that was in the home, because it was like, implication of murder or something of that. Yeah.
And so while that can be a good thing,
it can also be a bad thing.
You gotta think about all the other stuff you do.
Look, Alexa's right here next to me.
Yeah, girl, because she chills with me. Closest thing I got to a partner is Alexa. Reinhardt also said, and while we're on the subject of McDonald's has the most blatantly stereotypical commercials when there ain't that minority. I think he's talking about like when they aim their stuff at minorities. So like when they're directing their advertising to us, it is kind of hip hop and all this. We chill too.
Foolishness.
Yeah, we chill too. We don't. It's not always rap music and 40s going passed around and all of that. Y'all chill.
Who's drinking 40s?
I mean, come on.
Who even drinking 40s anymore?
Good and well, they had the 40s back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, who's drinking those now?
Exactly. That's why I say
I didn't even know they still sold 40s.
McDonald's need to get with the times. Is basically what I'm saying.
I don't know why Bun is laughing at me, but she laughing at me.
Yeah, and, as long as we all laughing together. Oh gosh! Oh my goodness!
Byron Allen, he is not the only one, and I was thinking about this, so he's not the only one that has sued GM. There was GM, the Ohio plant was also sued for discrimination and allowing, some things that should not have went on. I was Googling that because I remembered that, and I saw it on TV probably a couple of months ago about the same thing. Well, something or other. Wow. So what I'm looking at is like, this is there was whites only signs and hanging noose. Yeah.
How the hell does that still happen? Like, it should have been every news group, but I guess the people who work there, they trying to mess up their money.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what it is, because I couldn't tolerate it.
Girl,
I couldn't work there.
They've been getting me out of jail.
I would have a lawsuit filed, and I would win, because I would have walked around taking pictures of everything. Nooses and white only signs in the 21st century.
Yes. So this was reported in like November of 20. Let me get it. This was okay. So CNN reported it in 2019, but it's been going on. It was going on for a while.
Crazy, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So we're not even pretending, And again, I've told y'all, I like my racists to be overt, because I like to know who they are, so I ain't got to F with them, But that's a little bit too in your face. That's a little too blatant.
A little too blatant. No, let's call it what it is. It's wrong. It is called for fighting. I'm sorry. I'm not inciting anything, but I'm telling you.
I mean, I can't say I blame you if I'd have reported to work and saw something like that, it would be fighting. It would be time to.
They said whites only restrooms. And they were using the word boy, and the black employees were called monkeys and told back to go back to Africa. And there were Nazi symbols as well. Yeah, it was a lot going on here.
So that's okay, and that's whatever plant, the one in Ohio, you said.
Yes.
So
I'll send you the link later, but yep. Or it's just crazy.
That's
and
insane.
And this man, he said that he endured this from day one.
Why? Most companies, maybe not all, have that type of diversity training, and they also have what is it called? Rules against creating a hostile work environment, rules against harassing other employees.
Harassment.
Right. Those
harassment policies
they had to have been there when this stuff was going on. You're saying 2019.
Yeah. 2018, 2019. And then one white person told him, back in the day, you would have been buried with a shovel.
And I can't understand that. People just don't understand their rights, because you could have owned that. You would have been your own GM distributor after messing around with me, because I wouldn't even fight you. I wouldn't fight you with the words. I would fight you in litigation, and wouldn't have had to pay a penny.
They said the N word was a regular thing, and the it was nigger lover on the lady's pizza box.
Ooh, yeah, that's a bit much. So that's not the level of that's not the same kind that Byron Allen was talking about. He was talking about in their marketing that they had discriminatory practices. But it sounds like they got a little bit of a culture issue.
Yes.
Maybe they need to have a little bit more diversity training, or black people just need to say, this is not for me. I'm not going to work for GM, and I'm not going to drive one of their cars. And we're going to make them feel like they make us feel. We'll hit them where they live, which is in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that some of these companies understand, is when you sue them, when you get money. That's absolutely terrible. I don't even remember hearing that story. Gosh.
Yeah, that's awful that they had to endure that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well, but then you have to look at the whereabouts of it too, Ohio.
I mean, but really, is Ohio really that bad? Is it really that racist?
Some parts I've been told.
Indiana is too. While you playing, and that we grew up there.
Yes.
So I mean,
we also knew where to not go.
Where not to go. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep our eyes on Byron Allen and his lawsuits, and also keep your ear to the ground and see if there are any more complaints about that level of racism anywhere. That's ridiculous.
But I was shocked about Byron. I did not know that he was so successful. Quietly.
Yes. He is that mogul.
That is awesome.
When you have a certain level of money, some people, they just follow you around everywhere you go. They're on your. He has stayed under the radar for a relatively long time, and I'm like, I don't know how he's doing it, but kudos to him. Because you don't have the media all in your business all day, every day,
Yes, like some people that we can't get off the television.
No, who we talking about now?
Kanye.
Oh, gosh.
Will and Jada.
Okay, this ain't even on our little list of things to talk about, but I'm glad you said Will and Jada.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to hear I honestly, I don't need to hear any more of their personal bedroom business. You know, first her with her entanglement, and that's your business. If y'all got an open relationship and everybody getting down how they want to, if y'all happy, I'm happy. But then y'all start telling your own business. Like she's like, I don't know if Will is sexually fulfilling me. That's something you need to talk to Will about. That we don't need to know that. And then he come out, me and Jada was having sex 4 times a day and drunk every day. Why are you sharing that with us? I know it's in the book. It's in Will Smith's book. But again, why? Why do we need to know that? Are you trying to now vindicate yourself by saying, well, shoot, back in the day, I was hitting that 4 times a day. You know, if y'all not having it, it ain't even about the number of time. If I laid up here and let somebody diddle me 4 times a day, but I'm not, I can't say the word, you know.
I know, but diddle, that was an interesting
Let
form
somebody diddle me 4 times a day. But I'm unfulfilled. What have I proven anything? All I got was fucked. That's it. Was it too much?
No,
Not enough.
So right, not to skip it. Ryan Hart's like, yeah, oh yeah, Will and Jada, TMI.
Yeah, they just giving up. They giving it up too easy. I ain't even bought the book. I should at least have to buy the book to know all this stuff. You sit there telling Oprah freely, and Oprah like,
well, you have Apple TV. You should watch the interview.
Who?
Don't you have Apple TV?
I do not.
Oh, I thought you had Apple TV.
No, I've been trying my hardest to fight against getting Apple TV because I'm sick and tired of buying all these damn streaming services.
Okay.
I want it because there's a show, the Shrink Next Door. That's what's gonna make me buy the damn Apple TV. I'm gonna end up with Apple TV because of the Shrink Next Door.
Because of the who next door?
The Shrink Next Door. So the Shrink Next Door was a podcast. It was put out by Wondery. And they're making it into a series. And the series is starring Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell, and Catherine Hahn, who are some of the funniest white folks that you're gonna find in Hollywood. And I'm like, I loved the podcast because of how freaking ridiculous the concept that this thing actually happened. That these people were that he basically got taken for a ride by his psychiatrist. And it was years of being taken for a ride. And I love those types of train wrecks. Told y'all that before. And this show, the podcast, is a train wreck. Like, it's a good train wreck. You're going to enjoy listening to it. But to see this acted out on screen, yes, they're going to have to come and get my money. That's how Apple TV, they're going to get me. I'm going to end up buying it. And another thing, IMAX. I don't know how that wasn't a good segue at all. But IMAX is giving you that experience at home as they partner with Disney Plus to release 13 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies in the IMAX expanded ratio. Now, I have always said, oh, you're going to always get the best experience of a movie at the cinema. You're not going to get as good of an experience as far as the visual experience, the sound experience. You're not going to get that at home the same way that you would get in the theater. But now you can actually watch your movie, one of these 13 Marvel Cinematic movies on Disney Plus, in IMAX at the crib. You ain't even got to leave the crib. I think that's.
Did they say which ones that they're going to release?
I'm going to run them down right now.
Oh, good.
Let me see now. I said I was going to run them down. 3 of the Russo girl, because I can't.
Glasses on.
As
There
pretty
you
as
go.
I think I am, I can't see shit.
Well, I hope you can see shit.
Yeah, but I mean, so we got the Russo brother films. You know that the Russo brothers did Civil War, they did Infinity War, and they did Avengers Endgame. So those three movies are three of them. Then you're going to get Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So you can watch all of those in IMAX if you've got a television and you are so inclined. It's also tying in, of course, to the Disney Plus Day event that is scheduled for this Friday. So these things will be available to you this Friday. And also on this Friday, Disney Plus Day, you actually get to watch Shang-Chi. So if you haven't yet seen Shang-Chi, you get to watch it at the house, and you actually could potentially watch it in IMAX format. And I think that is a big draw. I think a lot of people will love that.
That was a beautiful movie.
Now, before we move on, I think I'm gonna hit y'all with another Black Media trivia question. Hopefully, you guys are ready and are up to the task of answering this question. It's gonna be another easy. It's a easy peasy. And here we go.
I can't write in here, so it's not gonna make no mind.
Who was the first rap group ever featured on MTV? You don't have your phone, D?
Oh yeah, I do have my phone.
Yeah, you could have answered on your phone because there is a lag. Who was the first rap group ever featured on MTV?
Come on, Lysandra and Ryan Hart and Clarence.
I don't even know if Clarence is still out there. If he is, he's been real quiet tonight. I got three people. I don't know who the three are.
No, Lysandra just answered. I seen her answer. I was on YouTube and I seen her answer.
She got it?
Yep. Lysandra just answered. I seen her answer.
See, that's how long the lag is, because you said that a while ago.
Lysandra just answered. Oh, Jesus.
That's how long the lag is.
Sorry, I turned it down.
Congratulations, Lysandra. You are on the board. On the board.
Go, Bun. Reverse.
What song was it, y'all? Does anybody remember what song?
Shoot. Nah. Walk this way.
Yep. Walk this way. Walk this way.
Look.
Now just give me a key.
Do you get a point for that?
Like this. Huh?
Do I get a point for that? Nope.
No.
I said no.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, look at her. That's right.
Okay, yeah. Now she talking junk. The girl that got on the board, and now she want to talk shit.
You just told your age, Lysandra.
You're not. I was right there. I was probably one of the first people watching on MTV.
Oh God! Yes, that's when all the videos came on one
channel. Yep, one channel. We gonna watch. You gonna appreciate all this music.
Yes,
all of it.
Yes.
While we're talking about Disney, since I gave you the little commercial break, while we were talking about Disney, I'm gonna skip down on our list, D, just to stay at Disney for a minute. Okay. And it was about the Disney Plus. Disney Plus lowering their 1 month subscription price to $1.99 for new and returning fans. It is a limited time offer. You're only going to get it for 1 month. But if you don't have Disney Plus, you want to see what they're talking about on Disney Plus Day. you want to watch Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings or the Home Alone reboot that they're doing on Disney Plus, now is the time. Because $1.99, you get to watch for a month. You can cancel or you can continue, if you see that there are other series that you want to get into.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good time to try it out if you haven't tried it out before. What you think?
I want to check out the Home Alone because I like Home Alone. We'll see how good this reboot is.
What they working with when they remake it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm a cat mom, I might watch some family movies. Me and the cats. I should be so afraid of turning into that lady that just has some cats and just stays at home.
You're not going to be that level of a cat lady because, there's levels to the cat lady situation. Okay?
I sure hope not.
Because if you do, I'm coming for real.
Yeah, you probably need to put me in a padded room if I get that serious about the cats. But yeah, so if you haven't yet subscribed to Disney Plus, this would probably be the time to give it a try, see if it's something that you like. And yeah, let me see. We got Reinhardt saying something down here. Didn't I tell you do this, girl? Reinhardt, we was talking about you earlier today, baby. I was like, Reinhardt takes me to a whole different direction. I go on rants. I get to going off, completely off topic. Why are grandparents such pushovers? I just got conned into buying this little girl some $100 basketball shoes. But can hoop though? If she can hoop, then so be it. That's an investment. If she can't hoop,
look, for $100, she's supposed to be walking in them shoes,
exactly.
Not scuffling, exactly. No scuffles, none of that. Wiping them off every day.
I haven't joined the grandparent club yet.
But I am not that grandparent.
Your grandparents, your grandchildren are still little. There is time.
I understand that. But I'm not gonna be that grandparent. Oh, you should know, because I remember how I felt when people did that to me. But my mother and father are different. My mom saying my daddy is a little soft, but not my mama, because she's like, you can still get it. I don't care. Love the grandkids to death, but they'll get it.
I'm going. I don't know. I think and it's that kind of guilt that I didn't get to do a lot of the things that I wanted to with my child. So it's like I'm like sitting and waiting for him to have kids so that I can do the things with them that I wasn't able to do with him because I was too busy working, trying to be a mama. Bud also said I'm waiting to join that team too. Yeah, so we on the sidelines. Y'all ain't tagged us in yet. You guys are gonna have to give us the blueprint on grandparenthood at some point. But yeah, it would be perfect for your grandchildren. This Disney Plus thing, perfect, because this is a great month to have the family movies and the sit downs and all this stuff. This will be a great time to have the grandkids come spend the night and watch some Disney stuff. Have y'all little marathons. D, get on that.
They're long distance.
That's right. Bring them on up here. Fly me in.
Nope.
She said no.
They'll do that with their parents.
Okay. Oh, I guess I better take the.
Yeah. Asking us more questions.
No, that was the one. I didn't know that both of them could be up there at the same time. That's something. I just learned something. What we got down there, D?
So Reinhardt says, "Oh, she's in Atlanta, and I already uses my Disney Plus password." Okay, so he already has. And then Lysandra said, "Me and the baby gonna have movie night."
Yeah, listen, me and my cats, we gonna have movie night tonight. As soon as I get off the thing with y'all, it'll be time to get into some stuff. Me and the cats. Okay.
So make sure you take some videos of these cats watching television. I want to see this.
Will do.
Do you have like cat food and the water? Well, you got water.
the young lady who this is of a litter that she had, and she
Oh,
sent a whole lot of stuff with the kitty too.
okay.
With the
Now you
kitty
got to
too.
get something for them to scratch on too, so they don't mess up the furniture.
That
You
would
know.
be implied that I got furniture, girl. I ain't got no furniture. Them cats,
Next
them cats gonna
topic.
be just fine.
Next topic.
Okay, listen. You said next topic. Leonardo DiCaprio. Y'all remember Jim Jones? I ain't talking about the
Yes.
rapper. I ain't talking about the rapper.
Jim Jones. No, Mike Jones. No, yeah, I do.
So, okay, Jim Jones. I guess I better. Uh, we just got word that DiCaprio is going to not only star in this Jim Jones movie, he's going to also produce it for
Mm.
MGM Studios. And all I'm saying is just like we said about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki movie, Oppenheimer, just like we were talking about that movie, make sure you do it right. Make sure uh, make sure you realize the amount of, I guess, atrocities that he put out there. I can't even finish my freaking sentence. But yeah, Jim Jones, if for those who don't remember who Jim Jones is, he was the leader of the People's Temple religious group. He was behind the 1978 mass suicide at Jonestown, his settlement in Guyana. And that was until 9/11 occurred, that was the largest loss of American life in this type of at one time. Over 900 people. They say it was a mass suicide. Some of those people were murdered because they did not want to die. They say that the children uh, were willingly given up by their parents, and we learned that some of those children were ripped from the parents' arms and injected with that fatal dose of Kool-Aid. That's why we all say don't drink the Kool-Aid now. It's because of the Jim Jones situation. Um, so yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a fantastic actor, like one of the best, is going to play Jim Jones, and I am so concerned that when you wrap yourself up in these types of roles, how will it change you as a person? But I am going to see this movie. It is going to scar me. I have watched documentaries and I've listened to podcasts and all of that, but to see it played out on the big screen in movie form is going to be something else. So I look forward to seeing what DiCaprio does with this Jim Jones movie. What you got, D?
Yeah. I don't.
You don't want to watch that?
My comments might be wrong because I will go back
Inflammatory.
I'll go back to how they were talking about Django when they would say he was proficient in a certain word.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to, he does a very good job in whatever movie he plays in. So, I mean, I'm quite sure I'll go see it too. But yeah, I remember, I don't remember the whole story, but I do remember the Kool-Aid. I do remember it happening. I didn't know it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
Jesus, I was like 2.
I was 5 years old when it happened. I don't recall. I recall hearing people talking about Jonestown, but I didn't recall right away
Mhm.
what the Jonestown event was. It was
Right.
sometime later when I started getting into reading more on my own that I found out about this.
I thought, because I honestly, I thought the Waco incident was like the biggest,
Yeah.
situation like that. I didn't
Now
know
that
it
might
was
have been like,
900 people.
yeah, it was almost 1,000 people. Now some
Wow.
people got away; they ran off into the jungle, and of course, I can go into this story at length, but we also could listen to the millions of podcasts that are out there about it, or watch this movie. But some of the people who got away ran off into the jungle and hid. And that's treacherous territory in those jungles of Guyana. But when they lived, they came back to tell the true story. And that is how we got word that it might not have been mass suicide. It was probably more likely some people committed suicide and some people were murdered. So yeah, sad, but I do want them to do this right. When you do it right. If you gonna
That's
be this
any
ambitious,
movie. That's any movie. If you gonna portray somebody, get it together. Don't half-butt it.
Half-butted.
Ryan Hart says, I remember drinking the Kool-Aid. Really?
Yep. I hope you didn't drink that Kool-Aid. You here to tell the story.
And then he says, you hear things like that, Tasha and D, and it makes you think of things like what is QAnon? Yes, today. How in the world do people get pulled into these cults? Because I don't. Okay, so this is my theory. I think like cults like this get people that are, not the word, I don't want to use the word misfits, but people that are, lonely, they don't
hurting.
Think that they're lovable, stuff and things like that, like some with extreme self-esteem issues. And then you got some of the ones that they just looking for something like this to get into. And then you got some that just kind of like stumble. Maybe they've been, this is the only group that they feel that accepted them. And they may not necessarily think like that, but eventually they start to, think like that or feel pressured or whatever the case may be.
It's funny you say it, because like that is pretty much part of the blueprint. If I was to start a cult, you start by getting people who are hurt and hurting. So if I know that you just lost a loved one, I come and tell you some crazy story about all of this hope that I can give you that nobody else can give you. But the way Jim Jones went about it also was in the same fashion, because a lot of his members were Black people. And the reason why they were joined, yes. So the reason why they joined is because he's a white preacher who was doing so much for Black communities in Indianapolis. That's where this thing started. So in Indianapolis, Indiana, he was doing so much for Black communities and they followed him because he had warmly embraced them and allowed them to be equal. They followed him to California. And then when things got a little hot for him in California, it was just easy for them. At that point, they had already followed him from one place. He had already shown them the love that the rest of white society wasn't showing them. And they took their ass to Guyana and built that compound for him, only to end up, part of
free
this
labor in a temple where they gonna eventually die.
So bad. He treated them so bad once he got them there. Again, if you like recommendations, I don't have them off the top of my head. If you like recommendations of some good podcasts to listen to that really spell out the story, I will be happy to give them to you. But if you don't want to listen to no podcast, Leonardo DiCaprio is probably going to put up a bang up movie for us in just, if you got about a year and a half to 2 years to wait to hear how this story goes. I'm pretty sure he's going to do an absolutely outstanding job of bringing it to life. And it is a story that never needs to be forgotten. Just like we don't forget 9/11, we never need to forget that this thing happened. What you got? Anything?
No.
Yeah, it's terrible, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you some good news. I'm gonna start with the good news and then go to the bad news. The good news is Star Trek Prodigy has been renewed for a season 2. So Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
I know you smiling from
but
ear to ear.
but the thing is, it was never any question. We are only 3 episodes into this new we're in 3 episodes into this new series,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been outstanding. It is not aimed at me particularly, my demographic. It is for a younger audience, but we kind of the older Trekkies and people who've been around for a while. I was having this conversation with Clarence, and then I listened to his podcast, and he and his co-host actually went over it again yesterday, or last night. I listened to it last night, so I don't remember when he really posted it. But this show. This show is so fantastic. It is capable of grabbing any audience of people who are interested in this type of stuff. I know that but if you're interested in getting in on the ground floor, learning what all is going on in Star Trek, Prodigy is a good start. It's aimed at children, maybe teens or tweens, but it's so well done that you get enjoyment out of it even as an adult. We're gonna get, of course, okay, it's going to be renewed for a second season. It is a big hit. The series premiered on October 28th. It follows a motley crew of aliens who join together to explore the galaxy in search of a better, brighter future. Um, we're coming into time of for the mid-season finale. So new episodes of Star Trek Prodigy, they stream every Thursday on Paramount Plus. The
Another
mid-season,
streaming service.
yeah, but but
Jesus.
they are going to also put this on Nickelodeon
Mm.
after it's run at Paramount Plus. So you'll get to watch it on Nickelodeon if you were interested in this. Then just seeing uh, what they've done to onboard a new group of Trekkies, and I don't think the world has enough Trekkies. If you get to know the franchise and you get to know the Federation and the principles, it's like, how could you not aspire to be a future like they have in Star Trek? But anywho,
Isn't that
uh,
the tricky thing? Tricky. Oh, my fingers don't. I had to get them right. That is so horrible that y'all can get that together like that. I can't.
what? Well, I guess if you've been doing it for a while, new episodes of Star Trek Prodigy stream every Thursday on Paramount Plus. The mid-season one finale is going to air on November 18th, and then it's going to be a hiatus. And I wish I would have known this because I was struggling and like trying to pull my hair out. How am I going to cover two Trek series? Well, what they're doing is breaking uh, Star Trek Prodigy in half. So November 18th will end the mid-season, and then they're going to pick it back up on January 6th, right
Mm-hmm.
after my birthday. And it's going to be another 10 episodes. So I'm
Mm.
super excited. Um,
Yes, it seems
hopefully,
like Ryan Hart is excited
oh yeah,
too,
he's a Trekkie as well. I
and
think
Mr.
that's how a lot of
Clarence.
people found me is the Star Trek stuff. A lot of people found me for that and hung around
Okay.
for the other stuff. So yeah, I'm so happy that we're getting and this extended season of Star Trek Prodigy, and we also know we ain't got to worry. They bringing it back next year. So um, now for the bad news is for people like Lysandra, big Star Trek fan. I mean, big Star Wars fan. She is, and I like Star Wars as well. I had to get into it. I got into it. Uh, I watched the first three movies way back in the way back. You remember when they first came out? And then they had the prequel movies. I didn't watch those. And then they had the sequel movies. I didn't watch those initially. I
Mhm.
only had watched Star Trek, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back. That was it. That was all I had. That was my whole understanding. Then I started getting into the back catalog of, or the rest of the catalog, because that is the back catalog. They made things out of order. And if you Like the three movies that we knew of when we was kids, those are not the first. That's not the beginning of the story. The
Of course
beginning
not.
of the beginning of the story came in like the late 90s, early aughts. That's when they put out the first three movies, which were supposed to be ahead of the movies that we saw when we were little kids.
See, that's why
They,
I'm so confused.
yeah, and then they
All
put
I
out
remember is Jabba the Hutt. That's
girl,
the
and I was scared of him when I was a little kid. I was
that
scared
was
of him.
funny.
I was scared of Jabba the Hutt.
That's all I remember. And then her Princess Leia puffs.
Yep,
I
I
do my
like
hair
that.
like that sometimes.
Yeah,
But
those
yeah.
face puffs.
And Luke, I am your father.
I am your father.
Other than that,
And the crazy thing is, we heard that. Like, this is going off on a whole nother tangent. We all heard Luke, I am your father, but that is not what he say in that movie, girl.
what
Would
did
you?
he say?
He says, "No, I am your father." He does not say Luke at all. Ain't that crazy? But we all remember it that way. You watch it today. It don't say Luke. You say no. That's one of those what they call a Mandela effect. And we can. You don't want to get me started on that. But Star Wars was set to have a movie that was directed by that will be directed by Patty Jenkins. If you're unaware of who Patty Jenkins is, she was the person who brought us both of those Wonder Woman movies over on DC. First Wonder Woman movie was fantastic.
That second one was like,
The second one was boo boo.
I was like, what is going on?
I don't even seem like the same people had anything to do with this. It just went off. I don't know why she went off the rails with it, but anywho, she was supposed to be doing the next Star Wars feature film, which is called Rogue Squadron. That movie has now been delayed. It was supposed to come out next year, and nope, you can cancel it. It's not coming out next year because it is delayed because Patty Jenkins has got some scheduling issues. That's the way I understand it. It's been pulled from the production schedule. Rogue Squadron was to be the first standalone film after the heavily debated and rather divisive Rise of Skywalker. A lot of Star Wars people hated that movie. They really and truly hated Rise of Skywalker. I myself did not find anything wrong with that movie. I know that there are people who feel very passionately about their Star Wars. I thought the movie was good.
Why didn't they like it?
A lot of people have an issue with the fact that this hero, the big Jedi, the one that was the fucking hero of the movie, I guess, is a woman. So you got that problem. Then a lot of people didn't like who they made her related to. She wasn't supposed to be related to anybody within the Star Wars universe, but as we got down to this last movie, they were like, she's related to this person, and people were like, oh no, so there was that. It's people, you're never making them all happy. They're not going to be happy. They have some very
who was she supposed to be related to?
See, now you want me to give a spoiler. You ain't never got no plan to watch this movie though, huh? A lot of people, they started hinting that she had the Force, that she was gifted with the Force. So everybody starts to wonder, how does she have the Force when all the Jedis were supposed to be gone? And people wanted to know who she's related to, and it turns out she's related to Emperor Palpatine. And they like, how? They were like, oh, that's his granddaughter. They were like, well, he never had any daughters. How do you know? Maybe that's just part of the story they didn't tell. You know what I mean? That he never had any daughters. He never had any kids. So people, they nitpick. And they made it bigger than what it had to be, like this big problem with who she's related to. But yeah, Patty Jenkins, no, we're not getting that movie no time soon. And I don't know if that pushes back all of their plans, kind of like what was going on with Black Panther and the MCU, where everything gets pushed back because one movie doesn't is not going to be able to take its position where it was planned. So I hope not, because that's going to make people really hate Patty Jenkins. They gonna hate her. Those Star Wars fans are they a rough bunch. They almost as rough as the Batman fans. We were talking earlier about
I
the
was
Batman
just about
fans.
to ask you that.
They almost as rough as the Batman fans. And as a matter of fact, in a lot of ways, they're more rough. Yeah, they just equal with each other. Just the way they come out, they come after the directors and the studios when something happens in the movie that they don't like. So I get it.
So you got some comments over here to the side, Mr. Reinhardt and Miss Lysandra.
Okay, I see. I love my Star Wars. I see that from Lysandra. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a little bit for it. If you love it, you're gonna have to wait for it. Reinhardt said, "Yeah, it's crazy. Just like in Star Trek, they never said 'Beam me up, Scotty,' or right, or 'He's dead, Jim.' Iconic lines. They were never said in any of the series or movies. Yeah, and a lot of people remember it that way. People remember 'Beam me up, Scotty.' He never said it like that.
Well, what did he say? Because that's all
it would always be like, just beam me up, or 3 to transport, or it was never the words 'Beam me up, Scotty' were never uttered.
Oh, yeah.
And then 'He's dead, Jim.' The doctor, when he because people would die left and right in Star Trek. It would always be those red shirts.
You remember that?
He would be like, 'Jim, he's dead.' Okay, people thought that they heard that he said that a lot. He didn't. He would always say 'He's dead,' or 'He's dead,' or 'Jim, he's dead.' It was never the way people remember it. Another Mandela effect. Lysandra said, "They better stop playing with me." Talking about that Star Wars. Yep, girl, they is playing. She gonna say, "Who do I write to get my movie going?" See, you sound just like a typical Star Wars fan. That's your movie, huh?
It's gonna be some smoke in the city.
Right. Slow singing and flower bringing if you don't get that movie going. Was that it? Was that it for my list? That was it.
That was it
for the list. Yeah. I mean, we are coming in under 1 hour 42 minutes right now, but y'all know what it is. It's time for another question. I'm gonna ask something a little tougher.
Oh, we did. When we get done, we gotta talk about our buddy we were talking about today.
Who was that?
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Girl, I forgot about him.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, yeah, we will. We can bring him up right after this question here. Remember that, though, because you know how I get, girl. All right. This might be tough because people think they know this song and they don't. So here's my question. Give me the next line of this classic sitcom's theme song. Just looking out of the window,
watching the ass for a flow.
See, you think you know it, but that ain't it. So now I think you better look it up. Just looking out of the window,
watching the ass for a flow.
Keeping my head above water,
making a way where you can temporarily off.
Good dog. Easy credit rip off, scratching and surviving, hanging in the child line.
Oh goodness!
Ain't we lucky we got him?
Now wait. So you want me to give you the next line?
Come here, Pook. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need the next line, but I gotta go get Pook because I just heard her finish it, and she sounded good. Pookadilla. Pucadilla, come here. You gonna finish this song for me because I heard you in there, and I'm like, oh, Pucadilla.
What, sing the
Okay,
time?
yes.
My
Okay.
hair like a mess.
Girl, nobody cares.
My hair
You're
like a
still
mess.
beautiful.
I am.
Hey,
Okay.
Pucadilla.
She said, hey, Pucadilla.
Hey.
It's like, okay, let's go. Just looking out of the window, watching the asphalt grow. Okay, well, then, we're gonna just sing the part that you know.
Oh my God.
Okay, we just see the part that you know. It's a temporary layoff. Good time.
Now
Easy
what?
credit rip off.
Good time.
Scratching and surviving.
Good time.
Hanging in the child line.
Good time.
Oh, that's what they said.
Ain't we lucky we got them.
Doom, 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 doom.
Good time. Yeah.
Woo. Thank you, Pook. Shut the door for me, baby.
What is that, like a quiz, like a trivia thing?
Yeah, it's probably they trivia questions. They got. Reinhardt knows why I asked that question because people argue over the lyrics of that song. People argue over the lyrics. Watching the asphalt grow. Good job. That one. Where did I say? Where did I write that? Because I wanted to know how many points I said that question.
2
points.
2.
That's it. Game over. Dita just killed y'all. So we got D and Clarence who have already won rounds.
That was 5? That was 10?
You got 6 points. So can't nobody catch you.
6?
You got 6 points because you had 4. And then you just answered a point that was worth 2 points. I mean, a question that was worth 2 points.
Oh.
That's it. Game over. Now it's a new round.
Oh, that's where it goes up to 6?
It goes up to 10, but can't nobody get more points than you because
boom, Clarence.
I guess I could just keep it moving until 10.
Oh, dang. Sorry, Clarence. Retract.
No, we're gonna start the new round because that's how I did Clarence's round. And this is what we'll do. It will be first person. Okay, so the round is going to be it's going to be 7 questions. The round is going to be 7 questions. So if I ask all 7 questions in one episode or whatever, whoever gets the round ain't going to be 7 questions. I lied. It's the points. Who can get to 7 points first? So the rounds will go as long as they need to for somebody to get to 7 points. Y'all get it? Y'all got the new rules, but
I did not know that's what they were saying. Knowing that in that
asphalt grow.
I don't know how you watch asphalt grow. You know, we always got some.
But that's what she's saying. They look out the window and there ain't no grass or no trees, so you get all they can watch is the asphalt because they in the projects.
All right. Well, it was a boring time.
For them, no, they had a lot of fun, though, girl. Yeah, they had
watching the asphalt grow.
But they was in them houses partying hard in good times. Well, at least with Nona and the Evans, they had a good time. What's the other man's name? The big man.
Bookman.
Yeah. Bookman. Mm-hmm. Okay, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
You take the lead on this one, D, because you followed it more closely than I've been following him.
Oh, I don't have an article or anything,
but you got the information, you know.
Thank goodness I got it off the top of my head somewhat. But so I was watching it today, and we were talking about it, and I'm upset because he was only fined 14. He and Lazard Allen, if I got that name right. They both were fined 14,000 and some change. And then the team was fined $300,000, and this was due to them breaking the protocol, the COVID-19 protocol. Now, at first, it was reported that the team didn't know they didn't know that he wasn't. They said that they didn't know. That come to find out, they did know.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing is that they got fined for because they had a rule where they weren't supposed to congregate more than, I think, three people outside of the facilities, and I think they went to like a Halloween party or something like that or other. But yeah, $14,650. It seems like they said that was 1/10 of the $14 million that he negotiated for his sign-on bonus. And I'm just like, now I know that the NFL has not, mandated for them to have the vaccine.
Right.
But a little less than $1,500, $350 short of $15,000 versus the $380,000 that Kyrie Irving is being charged every time that he does not play.
Yep.
Now I know. Oh, I see you, Lysandra. You say that's some bull. I know what you're talking about. I know what that is. Now I know that these are two different entities, but they're still sports. My thing is, and this is my opinion, don't know what anybody else thinks, that fine should have been way more, and I think that they both should have been suspended. Yeah. Now the reason why I think that is because I thought it was weird when they asked him during a press conference, he said he had been immunized. Mm-hmm. Nobody is using the word immunized.
Right.
Like the last time I heard somebody use immunized is when we were with our immunization records when we were little. So that was red flags, but nobody said anything. So I was just like,
Yeah, it was a strange choice of words. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so the next thing he said that he followed the protocol within the facilities. But you're not wearing a mask when you're out there playing, when you're in the huddle. I'm sorry, you spitting on people.
Right.
In the huddle, like, and then you're not being considerate to the other players, their health, and then they got to go home to their families. Some of them have little kids.
Tell them about that story that you were telling me about the one young man, Marquise, or what was his name?
Oh, yes, yeah, Marquise.
Yeah. So because this is an example of what could have happened.
Marquise Goodman, he used to play for the Buffalo Bills. He played for the 49ers. It was one other team that he used to play for, but currently I think he's with the Bears. Well, right before COVID happened, he and his wife had they were pregnant, and then they had a miscarriage like right before she hit 20 weeks. It was a boy. So he was stillborn. So she's also an athlete in the Olympics as a hurdler, and Marquise Goodwin, he's also Olympian in the long jump. Hence is why when he celebrates, when he does a touchdown, he does the long jump, go through the long jump process or procedure. Yeah. So once they lost that baby, she encouraged him. She said it was like the athlete in her to get him to still play because he didn't want to play the game that day. And he was with the 49ers at the time. So he actually caught a phenomenal catch and touchdown, and he just broke down in the end zone and he cried, and he said that was for his baby boy. Moving forward, they got pregnant again with twin boys. Same thing happened around the 20-week mark, or right before the 20-week mark, and she lost the babies. Moving, like, fast forward to I guess maybe 2019ish, she ended up pregnant again. They had a little girl, and he opted.
Pregnancy.
Yeah, so very successful, and I'm so happy for them. He opted out to the play in the NFL in 2020, and his explanation was because, you know, he had saw so much tragedy. He was not getting ready to bring anything home to this little girl that is, to them, their miracle baby, and be, you know, at fault for anything that happened or may happen to her. You know, hence him being out in the world, being around all these other people, not knowing what they're doing, and then bringing that home. And he got a lot of backlash for that.
That decision.
Yes, that decision, which was really, really sad. Because, like, if you can't believe that somebody's doing something for their family and you can't understand their story, you know, he made that decision, and he did, you know, what was best for him and his family. And I applaud that, because it's hard, you know, a lot of times for people to make that type of decision. They want to, but financially that they can't.
The ends don't meet, right?
Yes.
So now you think about a person like him. Let's say, even now, let's say he jumps in the huddle with an Aaron Rodgers. Now this vaccine is widely available. He still has this little child that he considers to be the most precious thing in his whole world. You jump in the huddle with Aaron Rodgers, and you're trusting that everyone around you has been vaccinated, because that's protection, not for just for you, but for those people that you love at home that can't get vaccinated. Imagine taking something like that to the crib from Aaron Rodgers because he lied about his vaccination status. And I know people can still get, they can still get the virus,
yes,
even though you have the vaccination. I understand that it is a less taxing on your body when you have the vaccination, but if you can avoid having that stigma or that type of stuff going on in your mind while you're trying to play this game that provides for your family, and then you fuck around and take it back to the crib with you because this person lied, you know, I don't know what I would do to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Think about how many people he put at risk. They got to go home to their grandparents or their parents, and because you got the virus, you came all up in the locker room and whatnot. How do I know that I'm not about to get Mima and Papa sick because you were selfish? So, yes, he should have been at the absolute least suspended for a couple games. At least make him realize that what he did wrong. You know, at least a couple games. He should have been suspended, and that fine should have been far bigger than what we saw. Because, like you said, Kyrie Irving is paying every day that he doesn't get the vaccine. He's paying by losing his salary every day. And here we have Aaron Rodgers. He just lied. Yeah,
flat out lied. Now tell them what you were talking about, you know, going to other cities that have the mandate, how they got around that.
I don't have a clue how they got around it, unless the only thing that I can think of is that Green Bay reported that everybody had been vaccinated. So when you go to New York, where there is a mandate, you have to be vaccinated to play in their arenas or to go into their stadiums. Green Bay had to lie to them and reported that their entire team was vaccinated. That's the only way they would have been able to get around it. Because now that we know that Green Bay knew that Aaron Rodgers wasn't vaccinated, it makes them complicit. That's why their fine probably should be more than $300,000 to me.
Yeah, because you knew. Then you lied and said you didn't know. So you also failed to protect the team.
It's just a bunch of freaking liars. The NFL handed the Packers organization a $300,000 fine for its part in not properly enforcing safety protocols, including allowing Rodgers to not wear a mask at press conferences.
Yes.
Which has what? Okay, you say you're allergic to this certain vaccine. You're not allergic to wearing a mask. Why wouldn't you at least do that? This is how we know that he's full of shit. They said he was not forced to wear a mask at press conferences, and they didn't discipline the players despite knowing about this Halloween party after it happened. So they knew that these people
They knew
were congregating.
everything.
Yeah.
They just if it hadn't got out, then probably nothing would have happened.
Exactly. Because of course, they looking at their bottom line. They looking at the fact that, okay, we are in contention, playoff contention. We are serious contenders for the Super Bowl. And we would rather make everybody around us sick than miss those opportunities. But that to me is saying that the rules only apply to people who you consider disposable. And you don't consider Aaron Rodgers disposable. And you couldn't punish this other young man because you didn't punish Aaron Rodgers. It's just silly.
No, it's sad. It's more than silly.
Because it's
very reckless.
Standard. Yeah, it's a double standard as well. Because y'all know good and well that if they can do it, if Green Bay can do that for Aaron Rodgers, Brooklyn could have done that for Kyrie Irving. They didn't cover it up I know, like we said, it's two different sports, but the situation, the whole spirit of this whole thing is kind of similar, and I think that we just seeing what the difference is between the sports, between the athletes. Kyrie Irving is an elite level athlete, just like Aaron Rodgers is. So why is he being given a pass by his team, by the NFL, by all this? Why is he being given a pass, and Kyrie Irving is having to take this stand? And then we got the same thing when you think about Colin Kaepernick. We can take it all the way back to that. He didn't do anything that was endangering any of his teammates by taking the knee, yet he's still paying the price. And it's been 5 years.
6
years. Shoot, I'm gonna hit the mute because I'm about to cough. If you want to fill in and catch up a couple of those, yeah.
So it's the same thing essentially. I wish that they would be fair. I mean, even Kyrie Irving is paying $380,000 per game that he doesn't play. I mean, even with the $300,000 that they hit Green Bay with, plus the almost $15,000 a piece, that still does not equal up to one missed game that Kyrie is paying for.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. And now, Lysandra, yes, I said that too, but now I'm looking at this young man and I don't know what nationality he is, so I don't know if I can say that now. Alan Lazard.
Alan Lazard. The only reason he's not getting punished is because
Aaron didn't.
Yep, because Aaron didn't. That is the only thing. He would be in the exact level of problems. He'd have the exact same level of problems that Kyrie has if Aaron Rodgers wasn't on his team doing the exact same thing. They can't make it that obvious, So this young man is just lucky. He's just lucky.
And I'm like, he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna pay this almost $15,000. That's and then he lost one endorsement,
as far as we could tell. Yep.
I haven't heard anything else.
Disclosed anything else, but I'm like, that you just got really what amounts to a slap on the wrist. It's like having to pay a parking ticket to him. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Too much.
Yeah, I can't with the Aaron Rodgers and all of this. I cannot. It's just it's too freaking evident what's going on. Oh, I guess I better take that one down too. Girl, I be forgetting to take these banners down.
They just pop up. And then
Yep. So I remove something else and then something pops up in its place. So yeah.
it's I'm just hoping that they be a little bit more, a lot more, not a little bit more safe when it comes to the rest of the team, because I can't believe that the rest of the team is not out. I don't know if they're outraged, but they're not being outraged and outspoken about it.
Because does winning cure everything though? Like when you're in that you're a competitive athlete like that, a lot of them think like that. That hey, as long as we winning, we will take this risk. I'm vaccinated, so I'm not worried about him and that kind of thing. I think they're in a situation where winning kind of is taking precedent over how dangerous this thing could be. Yeah, the part about it that really burns me up is the double standards. The double standards bother me. If you're gonna let one person enter these stadiums unvaccinated, play, run all up on fans and giving them handshakes and throwing the ball to them and all this shit, if you're gonna allow that to happen, then you might as well to go ahead on and let Kyrie Irving play. That's it. That's my opinion. And I know an opinion is like a what. We all got one, but I think it needs to be heard. Yeah, that's one that needs to be heard.
And then the media is not making any fuss about it. Fuss. It was Kyrie. Everybody was all over it. You heard them on the skip of the what's his name?
Skip Bayless.
Skip and is it what it's called? The show is called Undisputed.
Yeah, it was Skip Bayless and
what? Shannon Sharp and Skip. Yes. So they slamming him on. They were slamming him on there. They were slamming him left and right, but I have not seen the same outrage as now. I'm gonna have to go and look at the show because I want to make sure that I'm being evident. But when it was on television, you seen it on Channel 5, 7, everything about Kyrie, but you only see a little bit with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because poor Aaron Rodgers, he's allergic to the mRNA. They got a whole different kind of vaccine you could have gotten, whole different, or you could have just told the truth. If that's the case, and you say you're allergic, and you got doctors' statements that say you're allergic, and just show that you're allergic. Just show it, prove that. I'm allergic, but I'll wear a mask as a form of respect to my teammates and their families. And then nobody will have a problem.
You put a shield in your helmet, because some of the players have the shield that comes down and over their helmet.
Because I'm gonna tell you, it's more or less, it is not anything what he says it is, and we know this. It's a political statement. He's basically showing where he's aligned. And we are, and even though the QAnon and all of this stuff, the freaking conspiracy theories, Dallas, a couple weeks ago, did you guys see? That wasn't even a couple weeks ago. It was a few days ago that these idiots over there in Dallas were lined up on the side of the street. These QAnon people, they lined up waiting for JFK Jr. JFK Jr., who's been dead for the last 22 years.
I was just about to.
They've been waiting. They standing on the side because Trump put it in their head somehow that he's still alive. So, and they then came up with a whole conspiracy that JFK Jr. is not only alive, that he was supposed to make his appearance that day, November 6th, I think it was, on the same street that his father got killed on in Dallas, and that he was there to announce that Donald Trump was being reinstated as president and he was going to be his vice president. Now tell me, how fucking far out do you have to be to believe? You got to really be far out. And it bothered me. Like, it wasn't hundreds of thousands of people out there. It was probably, closer to 1,000 people. But you got to think about this. That's 1,000 people that's out here in the world with us. They just as dumb as the day is long. Yes.
I did not know that.
Girl, yeah, I'm going to find an article for it in
I am so baffled.
Well, how? Right. That's just, it just, Reinhardt said, these people got so many problems, I don't even know where to start.
Exactly.
That's how I feel, man. They out there. I'm going to find the Q and nuts. Q and
nuts.
Yeah.
That's what you call them, Q and nuts.
Yes, ma'am. The Q and nuts. Let's see.
Oh, so when you get done with that, I'll tell you what just came across my phone.
Okay, no, you go ahead because I'm still pulling it up anyway.
So the Texas newspaper, the Texas Tribune, says that Texas schools can again set their own face mask rules after federal judge overrules Governor Abbott's ban.
It's about time. It is about time. And here goes some Texas news for you as well. Let me go ahead and make this full screen so we can.
I did not hear that.
Were these morons? Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read it. Although the group is noticeably smaller from last week's gathering, QAnon believers are still waiting at Dealey Plaza in Dallas. If you missed last week's news, the small group is there hoping JFK Jr., who died in 1999, will return on the infamous grassy knoll and declare Donald Trump president. Steve Monticelli, who originally tweeted about the group, oh, come on now, why would you do that? Who originally tweeted about the group and spoke to the QAnon members, tweeted out today that a smaller group was still there. They were singing a QAnon rendition of Take Me Home Country Roads, replacing West Virginia with Dealey Plaza. They're currently gathering in a large circle, holding up a cross and singing in a rendition of Take Me Home Country Roads, in which West Virginia is replaced with Dealey Plaza. Okay. Over the weekend, there's the tweet, and there's this small group of people. It was much larger last week, but it wasn't like tens of thousands of people. It was about 1,000 so people. Over the weekend, Monticelli also sported the group taking directions from a man with a bird perched on his shoulder, because it just doesn't get any more weird than that. There's more to the conspiracy theory that originated among QAnon forums like JFK Jr. would also be Trump's vice president, but Kennedy was supposed to appear by midnight on November 2nd. That never happened for obvious reasons, because he's dead.
Oh my goodness.
This says, what does that mean? More conspiracies, of course. Some QAnon believers posit that Keith Richards, you ready, of the Rolling Stones, is actually JFK Jr.
You know what? I just don't know what to say.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The fact that this is going on at all is just, y'all really believe that a resurrected JFK Jr. is going to come? JFK Jr., by the way, who was a very well-known Democrat, he going to come back to life and side with Donald Trump, become his vice president. Then the conspiracy went a little further than what this article went with. After he becomes the vice president, Donald Trump is going to step down and allow JFK Jr. to be the president, but Donald Trump is going to be the king. And they didn't just call him the king; they called him the King of Kings. Now, where the last place that you heard somebody being called the King of Kings? because the last place I heard it was in the Bible. The only person that was referred to me, as far as I know, as the King of Kings was biblical. So what y'all equating? What is your equivalency here? Are you saying that you are equating Donald Trump with Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ, Jesus.
What did Reinhardt say here? There's a guy who's sitting there explaining that Donald Trump is somehow related to the Kennedys, and they're actually cousins.
Mm.
And if you and you can find the video when you see him explain. When you see him explaining, it's ludicrous, but to him, he believes it, and it's so scary. It is scary because if you could convince some people of that stuff, you could convince them of almost anything. They were out there literally waiting for JFK Jr. to drive by, and then when it didn't happen, it was like, "Oh, he coming to the Rolling Stones concert." And then when that didn't happen, they said, "Oh, Keith Richards is JFK Jr." How? Keith Richards and JFK Jr. Contemporaries. If JFK Jr. hadn't died, they would still, both of them would exist. They existed apart from each other when JFK Jr. was alive. So how do you think now he is turned into Keith Richards? It's actually scary. It's sad. And I know we went off of entertainment, but
this what Trump's entertainment is.
Yeah, this is like a truck. This was like a real for real train wreck. Are you for real? You out there for real waiting on a dead person to come, not to the place where he died. He gonna return to the place where his daddy died. This is all weird to me, but they believe it. They believe it.
I'm speechless. I did not know this.
Yeah. So shucks. Hey, you guys. I don't know if have you guys press like on this video wherever you're watching. If you're watching on Facebook, I got 5 people, and I don't know who the 5 are because I've only got like a few people in that I'm seeing that that's interacting. So if you're out there and you want to interact, we're a friendly bunch. You can interact with us. Yes. If you got a question or comment that you'd like to be addressed, we do that. Now, if you're watching on Twitch, I have not yet found out whether your comments are going to show up here. So if you want to be the guinea pig, I'll be okay with that. But yeah.
Reinhardt has a comment.
Oh, we got a new comment from Reinhardt. Not to mention, they've been making predictions that Donald Trump will be reinstated for months, and they never come true, and they still continue to believe. That is super scary. Yeah, now that part of it, as crazy as it is, that seems like reasonable compared to expecting JFK Jr. to resurrect and come to Dealey Plaza.
None of this is reasonable.
No, but I mean, in comparison, it's more likely that Donald Trump will be reinstated to a presidency than JFK Jr. resurrecting and becoming the vice president under Donald Trump. And neither one of those things are going to happen. It would take like acts of Congress. Both houses of Congress would have to agree, hey, we wanted to reinstate Donald Trump, which has not happened, and it probably won't. See it as though the houses are it's all controlled by Democrats right now. It would definitely not. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
We're never gonna get it.
No, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never get it.
We are so goofy. Oh my God.
You ain't never gonna get it, baby.
Ever. Jesus.
So yeah. Anybody got we in open chat territory. What you say, D?
Nothing. Something happened with my screen. Something about I don't know what was exit out of that. Maybe. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Well, yeah, we've opened up the chat. If you guys have anything that you want to add?
I know I'm in it, but I am so excited because we were talking about this earlier too. That Viola Davis
Oh
is
yeah,
going to be playing Michelle Obama.
yeah. And we were talking because it looks like she has done her homework. She understood the assignment.
Assignment.
Yes, girl, because the mannerisms, it's not so much that they look so much alike, but those mannerisms, the classic Michelle Obama isms,
Yes,
she's got them. She's
yes.
got them.
Now the real test is to see her walk because Viola got a
Yeah,
distinct
Viola
walk.
got that whole, yeah. You can't do that, Viola.
You
But
can't do
I
that.
think I think she's gonna I think she's gonna nail it. I think she's gonna nail it. I can't wait to see what they come up uh with uh with this movie. We were talking about the other, just in jest, the part that we were
Yes.
talking about how they're making these movies or these shows about first ladies. So who gonna play Melania? And if they get somebody to play Melania Trump, are they gonna play it straight? Like they're going to do an absolute uh copy of Melania, or are they going to play it for laughs because she was a joke of a first lady?
They just
I,
gonna have somebody there's like slapping his hand from time to time. And my mom, she always says she just looks so mean, like she's squinting all the time.
yeah, you went a little ham. No, I thought Botox open your eyes up, so that ain't Botox. Whatever she did to her face keeps her eyes like this. Yeah,
I think that was the 80s model look that she never got
yeah.
over.
Well, I mean, was she really? Was she really a real model? I don't know. She might have been.
Well, I don't
I
know,
thought
but
it was the whole porn industry that she was in.
well, maybe they'll visit that part of her life. I have no
Girl,
clue. But
I would watch that.
I will say, she when we saw her, she wore some nice outfits
Yeah, sometimes. Now that one outfit that she had on when they went to go visit the border, and she
with the
had that.
jacket. Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, now what did you? Why did you choose that? That
So,
was a horrible choice.
and apparently somebody didn't like them on their team because they should have told them that it's
Yes,
probably
yes.
not the outfit that you should wear
Mm-mm,
at
mm-mm.
all.
Oh
Jeez.
God. Oh, okay. One more before we get up out of here. One more. One more. Activate your thinking cap. Are you ready?
Nope.
Okay, I'll wait. It's gonna be an easy question. I want everybody to stay on the board. Everybody that is on the board, I want to stay on the board. It's an easy question. I'm gonna have a follow-up question too. So the first question is worth 1 point. The follow-up will be worth 1 point, and everybody is in because D is already run. So this is a brand new round. So you guys ready? Our Black media trivia question is: who is the godfather of soul? Who is the godfather of soul? Doop 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 doop. Excuse me, y'all. Good job.
Where's the lag in that?
Oh,
Ugh.
James Brown. Okay, so the follow-up question. D has the first opportunity to answer this question, but if she can't answer it in 5 seconds, it goes out to the rest of you. So here's your question, follow-up question. Who played James Brown in a biopic? The most recent James Brown biopic.
Oh, am I supposed to say it?
Yeah, you can say it
Oh,
because
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, there you go. You got your second point. So new
I
round.
put it in the chat.
D is at 2 points.
You're late, bun.
Yeah, and just to know, we gotta use whole names when you give your answer. Give the whole name because JB could be it could be anybody. I know you know what you're talking about, but we gotta. It's like it's almost like Jeopardy, except for we ain't. I'm not making you answer in the form of a question. Okay. Well, what did he say? Okay, the most recent, but I saw him live in concert. Saw James Brown live in concert. James Brown is, well, I guess you could. He is a distant relative of my son. My son, his dad, their people are related to James Brown.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that is distant relative of his. He don't know him. Shucks. He don't
nice,
know him.
Reinhardt.
You got to see him in concert in 2001. That's what's up. Yeah.
Wow.
I would have liked to
watch him sweat out his perm and everything.
Girl, yeah. Slipping and sliding
Where's
across the floor.
he
Let me ask you this. When you was working at casino out there, did you meet him?
Who?
Did you meet any of those celebrities that used to come to the casinos when you were working in casino?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but I saw me some MJ, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Not Michael Jackson.
Michael Jordan. Wasn't he always there with another woman?
Nah, I do not know that part.
I saw him at my casino. He would be there with this one white woman all the time.
No, I wasn't old enough at the time, I don't think, to work on the casino. So this particular time, I was in the buffet, and I just happened to see all of the security and stuff, and then I saw him. I was like, oh, and I was just standing there looking crazy, and didn't think to go over there and get an autograph or nothing.
They wouldn't allow us to even approach that man. They like, don't even approach him. If he walks over to you, that's one thing, but you don't approach him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was real funny acting. Scottie Pippen was nice.
Now, I heard he came over to. I heard that some people didn't have a good encounter with Scotty.
So Scotty was the jerk. I always thought it was Michael Jordan. You couldn't even approach this dude. And then I had a good experience with when I was working in the cage as a cage cashier. Mm-hmm. I had a good experience with Charles Oakley.
Oh,
yes, he came up to my window with 32,000 some odd amount in chips. So I'm counting my chips. But I got to get a backup person to count the chips too. My manager had to count them because of the amount. But I didn't cut these chips, and I told him the total, and he was like, "Count that again." So I'm thinking, so I cut the chips, counted it again. He was like, "Look, baby, my sister works in a bank, and I do not want you to lose your job over no couple of dollars." He was like, cut the chips again, and and then I did it, and then my manager walked up, was like, she was going to have to she was going to have to count them anyway. She cut them, she got the same thing I did, and he was like, you know what, you was honest, because you could have cuffed the chip, you could have did anything, because he thought that I counted too much money instead of not enough. And he gave me $1,000, but of course, you know what happened to the damn $1,000. I had to put it in the tote box for all of us to share, but that still was a good tote rate that week when he gave me that $1,000 tip. But that was my experience with Charles Oakley.
I missed the tote rate. Woo, jeez.
Oh, girl.
I had a good experience. I think what Otis. Wilson? It was bear. They were two bears, former bears, and I got a picture and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I got it in there still somewhere.
Because but once you left buffet, you went to slots. You was on the floor, right?
Yeah, I was a slot.
Yeah, and then once I left the cage, once I got loose out of that cage, I met a lot of people. But I was in the cage. I couldn't meet people. I had to wait for them to come to me.
Which casino did you work on besides was it Four Winds?
I worked at Trump.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, look, girl, Reinhardt said he gonna be getting his first new automobile in almost
Yes.
12 years.
I saw
Good
that.
for
What
you.
kind? You didn't tell us what kind.
Yeah, he just jumped off. Now you're talking about he going to bed. I'm going to head off to bed. Been up since 4:30 this morning. Tasha, I'll let you know when I can do the co-host thing. D, you are awesome. Tasha, you know you're always awesome. We appreciate
thanks, Reinhardt.
it. We really do. Thanks. And Lysandra is putting you to bed. Put you to bed. She said, have a good night's sleep. Okay, I better not say that because his wife might not like them kind of jokes. She's like, now look, now you play a game. Don't play, sis. He like watching you. Don't get canceled. Girl, she be to unplug YouTube completely. Oh my God. You making too many little funnies. But
I think just because of you, he's getting a Nissan 2020. All right. All right.
Congratulations,
I'll
sir.
see you.
You have to take a picture and pose with it, like I did with the cats. You're gonna have to pose with the car. Yes.
I'm like, make sure you get that Gap insurance.
Girl, yes. Oh, they're gonna
Make sure that you get everything you need. What she say he did? He did what? What you talking about, Bun?
He did. I don't know. We was talking about something. I can't remember.
Yes.
But yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, we've been 2.5 hours. We've entertained.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have entertained. So if you didn't know, there will be no Film Review Friday this week. Nay. You'll see me again on Saturday for the weekly wrap up where we wrap up the week in entertainment. We were supposed to do a spoiler discussion of Eternals today, but nobody said anything, and I forgot until just now. So we'll do that maybe on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen Eternals, you still got a chance. And I'm trying to think what else we got. Sunday, Sunday is the Stream Something Sunday. If you can't join me on Saturday at 3, you might be able to join me Sunday at 3. And all of these times are central. Hopefully you can join us, and we'll have my next schedule. We'll have the next schedule up on Facebook and Twitch and wherever you find me. If this was your first time with us here on Twitch, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here. I'm going to take a look in a minute and see what I had. But yeah, I can ramble on and on and on. I appreciate Dee for hanging out with me today.
She had so much fun.
Yes.
Yes, and I was on time.
On time, girl.
Yes.
On time. We might have even been like a minute or two early even. Just a minute or two.
Early is good.
Early is always better than late.
I didn't want to be late.
You didn't want to be that person. It's okay though. We had fun.
Yes,
I did. Well together.
Yes.
She said her chats come in slow. What it is it rolls out in like increments, so it never gets to be too overbearing for the person who's reading them on this side. Because if we had more people in the chat, they would come in a whole lot faster. So there's a lag, so we at least get a chance to see them as they come in. That's what it is. Yeah, they come in slow. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. You got anything else, D?
No, I don't have anything else. I probably have something else when I get off. Dang, I forgot to talk about it.
That's the way it always happens. You get off this thing, and then it's like, oh, I should have said this. So yeah, I think we've said everything, though.
Yes.
I told y'all to come back, right?
Yes.
Subscribe. Do that, yeah.
Subscribe and put your notifications on.
turn your notifications on so you'll always know when I am coming live at you from H-Town.
Oh. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. With all that being said, I have truly enjoyed my night with Davina and Lysandra and Reinhardt in the chat. The little bit of time we had with Mr.
Clarence,
Brown.
don't forget Clarence was in there.
Yeah, I call him Mr. Brown. I call him Mr. Brown.
Oh,
I have to make sure that y'all know that I'm not talking about my son, Mr. Brown. But yeah, Clarence was here hanging out with us. We had fun.
yes.
All that being said, I got nothing else. I will see you guys on Saturday. Hey!